there, I'm Allison Wright, and these are my two daughters. This is Virginia, and this is Maddie. And we're going to be cooking something tonight that we hope is a simple and easy meal that you can do yourself in your own kitchen with your children, or really quick when you get home from a busy day at work. So today we're going to make sloppy joes and French fries, but we're going to do it kind of differently. So follow along as we make it, and we hope you enjoy our cooking show today. All right. So who's doing the sloppy joes? Me. Maddie's on sloppy joes, and you're on French fries. Okay. So for the sloppy joes, we have our pot, and it's heating up here, and we're going to need about a pound of ground beef to put in that and brown it. So if you'll open that package, Maddie, and use about half that meat. I think that's about 2 pounds in that package. So we're only going to use about half. That's all we need for our sloppy joes tonight. So if you'll take about half of that, and they wash their hands first. I made them wash their hands first. Gigi's gonna be on French fries. So we're gonna make oven baked French fries because it takes just about the same amount of time as if you were to just open a bag and put them in the oven and cook them. It takes like 20, 25 minutes to cook them that way. So let's just make them fresh. Anyway, so I just have some russet potatoes here, and I've washed them, and I'm gonna kind of cut them in French fry type shapes. And the good thing about potatoes is if you're having a busy week and you would like to do homemade French fries, or you want to do mashed potatoes, you can actually chop your potatoes up the day before, and you can put them in a bag like this full of water. That's right. Cover it in water, put it in your refrigerator, and it'll be good up to about 24 hours. So when you come home from a busy day, you can take the bag out, drain the water, and then you've already got your potatoes ready to go. So I've already chopped up one potato, and again, these are russets. So I'm just going to quickly chop up another one to the French fry shapes. And Maddie, you can go ahead and put about half that ground beef in the pan there.
Which one?
This big pot right here that's warming up. And I've got the pot on about medium heat right now. Just pick it up or cut it. Yeah. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to cut this potato so we can get our French fries going here. So I'm just going to cut this in half, and then I'm going to cut those in half, and just kind of make some little French fry type shapes for G, because she's our potato girl today. And Maddie, I can hear that ground beef over there cooking.
Yeah.
You're getting that going. Yeah. And we're going to add a chopped onion to our ground beef that Maddie's got going there. So I'm going to chop our onion up next. And this is something you can easily do with your kids. Get them in the kitchen, have them help. It's easier on you, and it saves you time. And you get to do something fun together. So put my potatoes here. Okay. So what we're going to do with the potatoes, guys, is we're just going to do a little olive oil. I've got them in a little pie plate. And we're just going to put a little olive oil on them. G, you're going to mix these up real good and make sure everybody gets a little oil. Make sure everybody gets a little oil. You can use your hands. Just use your hands and mix them up. When they're all good and mixed up, you can put them in the bag. Okay? And we're going to oven bake these once we get all the good stuff put on. So Maddie's got the ground beef going. We're going to need a spoon to kind of break that up. Let's get you a spatula. Okay. Start breaking that up a little bit as it's browning. I'm going to get our onion chopped, and I just have here a plain old yellow onion. I'm going to peel it. It rained a lot today here in Florida. We had a lot of rain come in today and yesterday, so you got them all covered in oil. All right. Give me 1 second, and I'll tell you what to do next. So the girls had a softball game. They're supposed to have a softball game tonight, and it got canceled because the fields are too wet. Just break it up there, Matt. Try to keep it on the eye as best you can. And I probably don't chop an onion the way that you're supposed to at all. I just do it the way it works, because that's what I've always done. We're just going to chop our onion up. There you go, Matt. Just make sure it's browning. Stir it around. Don't be scared. Is it popping on you?
Yeah.
Just break it up a little bit. Stir it up. You want to get that pink side brown, so you have to flip some of it over kind of like a burger. Flip it up. You can hold the pot, honey. The handle's not hot. Does that help? You know how it goes. You know how it goes. All right, I'm just chopping onion, y'all. That's all you're missing here. And we're going to put this right in our ground beef. And that's going to kind of be the base for our sloppy joes. G, how was your day at school today? You want to tell them? Good. Good. Every day when I pick them up from school, I say, what was something that happened today that was fun or exciting? And you know what they say every day? Nothing was fun or exciting.
Except for seeing my teacher and my friends.
Seeing your teacher and your friends was fun. Okay. Let's get rid of all of our scraps here. All of our onion scraps. And I'm trying to dice it up kind of as finely as I can here because a lot of people don't like big chunks of onion. I don't think my kids will like big chunks of onion, so I'm trying to kind of get it a little smaller. You see this? Just little pieces. Okay, let's put this in. Let's put this in with your ground beef here, Matt. This is just one yellow onion, and we got about half a pound of ground beef cooking. That's probably enough there. We got us about half a pound of ground beef in there. All right, G, you ready for some more potato instructions, some more French fry instructions? Okay. Get you a little baggie there, and we're going to put the spices in the bag that we're going to coat our potatoes in. You need, where's our measuring cup? All right, I want you to divide half a cup of Parmesan cheese.
Divide half of a cup. That's the cup. So you see this, a cup, do a half.
Half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Pour it slowly, it'll come out fast. Got that?
Yep.
Make sure it's flat like this. There you go. All right, now look at it from the side. Does it look like half a cup?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, we got half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Put it in the baggie so we can mix our potatoes in there, and then we're going to put them on our cookie sheet, and we're going to bake them. 2 tablespoons of garlic. That's the big one. Here's your garlic. Take this little thing off here. Let's see. All right. Just a little bit. Okay. 1. Put it in your bag. Okay. And let's see. Is that 2? 2. All right. And then we need 1 onion powder. Pour that one in. Just one of those. Put that in your little baggie. You're going to do half of this big one with that red stuff. That's paprika. We're going to do half a tablespoon of paprika. All right, now we're going to do a teaspoon. Do you know which one a teaspoon is?
The small one.
It's the littler one, yeah. That's a 4th. That's a teaspoon. Of salt. So we're going to pour that on. There you go. Put that in our baggie. And sugar. And sugar sounds weird to put on potatoes, but actually it's really going to help them stay crispy in the oven. And then now with the potatoes being freshly cut, it also helps kind of mix in with the potato stuff and all that good stuff mixes together. Just good. You need one of those. 1 tablespoon. Tablespoon.
I know.
The big one. The big one. There you go. The big one. There goes the trash man coming around. He just went by. I bet they had okay, it's all right. I bet they had a rough day today out in the rain. It's rained all day today. Are you having a hard time getting that in there? Let me see it.
Still.
You just stick it in, but it can do like that. All right, now put that in your bag. And then a little fresh ground pepper. How's our potatoes and onions looking? All right, keep it going.
Beefy.
Let's turn it up a little. Turn it up a little. And we're going to do a little ground pepper. And I like fresh ground pepper, so we're just going to grind some in our bag here. If I can get it open. It looks like it's clearing up. The sun's coming out now, but they already canceled the game for tonight. I guess the fields are too wet. Don't you reckon? Probably so. Okay, you want about a teaspoon of ground pepper. That's about right. All right. So what you're gonna do now that all your fries have got olive oil love, they got olive oil love on them, put them in the bag. Put them in the bag. Put them on in the bag. Okay. Now my hands are all olive oily. Gotta find my rag. You know everybody's got a kitchen rag that you wipe your hands on all the time in the kitchen. All right, how you doing on that? That's my phone. All right, you ready to shake them? May's got our beef and our onions going over here real good. Our sloppy Joe bake. So we kind of doing our own take on sloppy Joe and French fries tonight. All right, how'd you do? Everybody's got a little love? Good enough. All right, let's put them on the tray here. And if you don't have one of these crispers, you need one for your cookie sheet because they're amazing. You put bacon on it and do anything on it. It's a little crisper. And I've just got a little tin foil underneath that in case you need like droppings or drippings, and I can show my tin foil away. So that helps too. How are we doing over here? Ground beef and our onions. Okay. Just break it up a little. Is it? That's what we're supposed to do. All right, just throw them on the tray there. Matt's over there helping you. Some Bojangles potatoes. I kind of do. We don't. Do we have Bojangles in Florida? We haven't seen one.
We don't have a Bojangles.
We don't have Bojangles in Florida.
Either.
Nothing. I love it.
You don't like Bojangles?
Oh, they run to the correct side.
Yeah.
Nothing fell out. Okay, this is getting really brown now. Our ground beef is with our onions.
Back with potatoes.
And guys, if you're, working moms or working dads, this is a meal that you can definitely meal prep for the night before and put some stuff in the fridge. I'm gonna tell you about that here in a minute. And then when you come home from a long day, this is something easy. I asked you guys what kind of recipes you wanted, and you said quick and easy. I work, and I don't want to spend 40 minutes in the kitchen when I come home. So everything pretty much that we've done so far, you can do the night before. Like I said, once you cut your potatoes, as long as you put them in a bag of water, put them in the fridge, they'll be fine till the next night when it's time to cook them. So all you need to do was make your seasoning, which you can also do the night before. Get your potatoes out of the bag of water, drain it, and then throw them in your seasoning and then put them on your pan. So that can be done the night before. This is going to be our sloppy Joe mix. Hang on, let me drain this grease. 1 second. I'm just going to be pouring the grease off of this meat, this beef and onion mixture into a glass in my sink. Don't you ever throw your grease down the sink, because it'll ruin your plumbing. It'll ruin your pipes. So you don't throw your grease down the sink. You need to put it, y'all can probably hear that, running into a glass. Put it in your glass. And then, a cup, a glass, something hard. You don't want to put it in any plastic, because what's going to happen if you pour this into a plastic cup? It's going to melt it. That's right. So you're going to want to put this into a glass. That's pretty good there. It's pretty good drain. Somebody got onions over my eye. I wonder who that was. So once you got your grease drained, then you make one of your kids take it out to the fence row and pour it over the fence. And then you have your grease area where your spot is. Pour it over the fence out in the field, and then that's where you put all your grease. You pour your grease out. All right, so we've got our ground beef going. We've got our onions chopped into it. Now we're going to start adding some good stuff into it to make it that sloppy Joe bake that we're going to be doing. All right, we're done with this. You go in the trash. She don't know what to do with that bag of spices. It was a big mystery, so now we know. All right, so now we're going to stir in our tomato sauce, our ketchup, some brown sugar, and some mustard. So y'all want to help with that?
Can I do the eggs?
We're not ready for that yet. Here's our can. This is just regular canned tomato sauce. We're going to pour this in with our beef and our onions. Be careful, and then get rid of that. Our ketchup, Maddie, we need half a cup of ketchup. The whole can, please. Let's
Greasy.
get some of this greasy stuff in there. Greasy. And get some Parmesan. You gonna do half a cup? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna be the easiest thing to do. It's gonna take you forever to squeeze it out of that little bitty area.
I gotta take this off.
Yep, you can throw that away too. All right, here, throw this away too, G.
So how much do you want me to do?
Half a cup
Okay.
of ketchup. All right, so we got our ground beef and onions. We did a can of tomato sauce. Maddie's about to put in half a cup of ketchup. And we're gonna do half a cup of brown sugar after you get that ketchup in. You're gonna need a spoon to get all that out.
You want me to put this in here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's your spoon to scrape it out. You do if you want to grab the brown sugar. And we'll leave our ketchup out. We might want that with our fries. Or if you're like me, ranch. Get a little ranch. Put a little ranch in there. Put a little ranch in there. That's what we say all the time. A little ranch in there. All right, that's good, Matt. You don't have to get every single bit out. All right, let's do half a cup of brown sugar. Half a cup of brown sugar, G.
We're gonna use
Half a cup of brown sugar. Yeah, that's fine. No, you don't have to wash it. It's all going in the same spot. Jinx.
Wait, what's the number?
Half a cup of brown sugar
Do we still need the spoon?
and 2 teaspoons of mustard. I need to get my mustard out. Yeah, keep that mustard out.
Mustard? If you don't like mustard.
We don't got to measure this really. We can just kind of guess.
Yes.
About 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard. All right. We're going to pour our half a cup of brown sugar in. You got that, G?
Yeah.
Now what we're going to do with this little mixture here we got going on the stove is we're just going to kind of let it simmer for a little bit. About 10 minutes maybe. We're going to let it cook on the stove. 10 minutes or so. And then we're going to pour it into our casserole dish because it's going to get baked next. So I've got my casserole dish here, and if you're Southern, you live in the South, you got about 15 of these. I went to a friend's recently and took a dish, and she said, well, let me clean it out, and I'll give you your dish back. And I said, I got plenty of casserole dishes. I get from you next time I see you because you always got tons more. So what we're going to do is this is going to simmer a little bit, and we're going to pour it in here. So if you're meal prepping, you don't want to come home and spend all evening in the kitchen, you've done this the night before. Your sloppy Joe mix is sitting up here just simmering. You pour it in your casserole dish, put the lid on it, put it in the fridge. So now the next day when it's time to have sloppy joes and fries, you're going to take this out of your fridge, and all you're going to have to do is mix up your Bisquick to put on top, because that's what we're going to have, a little biscuit layer on top of our sloppy joes tonight. Pop it in the oven. Your potatoes are already cut. You're just going to mix them in those seasonings and pop those in the oven too. So it's going to be a quick and easy sloppy joe and French fry meal night. So we're going to let this simmer about 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and put our potatoes in the oven and get those cooking, and then we'll be back to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so we've got our potatoes cooking in the oven, and it's been about 10 minutes since we've had our sloppy joe mix just kind of over here, just kind of simmering on the stove here. We've got our little tomatoes, our beef, our onions, and everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour this into our casserole dish out of the pan. And like I said, this is the exact same thing you would do if you're meal prepping. You'd just be doing this the night before, and you would just throw this in your fridge. And then the next night, all you got to do is make your biscuit topping and bake it. Get all the onions out. Come on. Onions didn't want to go. They didn't want to go in there. So here we go. Here's our sloppy joe mix here. Maddie's going to make our Bisquick topping real quick, and we're going to pour that on top next. So, Maddie, go ahead and put your eggs in. Let me get you something to stir that with. Get something here. Maybe a whisk. Maybe a whisk here. All right.
Can I put the milk?
There's some shell in there. Yeah, grab that. We don't want no shell in there. A cup of milk, G.
Yes.
No, that's not. A cup of milk, G. All right, throw your shells away, baby, and go wash your hands. Cup of milk. There you go. Turn it down so they can see us. All right, and then we need 1.5 cups of our Bisquick mix. And then we're gonna mix that up real good. So let's get 1.5 cups of our Bisquick mix. And y'all, you can do a whole lot of stuff with Bisquick. There's a ton of recipes out there. So if you don't like sloppy joes or your family doesn't like sloppy joes, I'm telling you, you can make about it all kind of different stuff. You can do chicken pancakes. You can do chicken and dumplings or like chicken pot pie and put some Bisquick on top. I saw a recipe for some Italian dinner with the Bisquick on top. So, and I'm not getting paid by Bisquick. I just want to throw that in there. Let's put our 1.5 cups of our Bisquick mix in. Let me see that so I can get all this out. It's kind of stuck.
Can I mix it?
Let's try and get that out. Good. Okay. Now you can mix our Bisquick up. Our French fries are in the oven and they are smelling good. Y'all smell the fries?
Yeah. I wonder what we can do.
They are smelling pretty good. Smelling good, smelling good. I got a mess. Isn't it fun to cook, but it's not fun to clean up after, is it?
Yeah.
That's what's not fun about it, is it? Okay, stir it up real good. Make sure you get it all on the bottom there. Get all that off. Yeah. Oh, teamwork. Stirring. They getting that Bisquick mix going there.
Okay. That's good.
Let's see. What's it looking like here? You getting it off the bottom? Sometimes that gets stuck on the bottom a little bit. That powder wheel. Let's make sure we get it all. Get our eggs mixed in good and our milk and our Bisquick. Let's put just a little bit more Bisquick in there. I don't know if I had quite half a cup and a half. Let's just put a little bit more in there. Get it a little bit thicker. Try that. That's going to be a little bit more of a consistency. G, you want to put the milk up for us, baby? Put the lid on it good there. And
Yeah, it's a little bit.
That's thicker now. All right, that's about what you want. All right. Here's our sloppy joe bake. And we're just going to pour this on top of our sloppy joes.
Can I do it?
Yeah. Just gently, gently. I'll help you. Okay. Start at the top. Kind of pour, 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 pour on top.
Are we going to mix it?
We're not going to mix it. We can do like this. We can kind of get it moved around a little bit. It's just going to make kind of like a biscuit top in there.
That's really nice.
Let me see you whisk, Maddie.
There you go.
All right.
That looks like ketchup.
It does, well, it's got ketchup in it, it's got tomato sauce in it, and lots of good stuff in it, so that's kind of what it's going to look like there. Put that on top. All right, we're going to pop this in the oven. This is going to cook for about 20 or 25 minutes until that biscuit's cooked good and it's brown, and then we're going to check on our French fries, and we're going to be right back. Okay, so our sloppy joe bake is fresh out of the oven, and it took about 25 minutes. I'm not sure if I said it was 400 degrees at about 25 minutes, and it took us about the whole time. So this is our final result. You can see the Bisquick on top kind of makes a little crunchy bread-like topping there with our sloppy joe, and then we have our French fries, our Parmesan cheese garlic oven-baked French fries with our sloppy joes. So I'm just going to put some on a plate, show you a little bit about what this kind of looks like tonight. And then it's going to be supper time. Dad's on his way home. And we are going to eat some sloppy joes and French fries tonight. So what you think, girls?
Looks good.
Looks good. All right, guys. Here's our sloppy joes and our French fries tonight. That's what's for supper. We hope everybody's doing good, having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Say bye.
Bye. Bye.